Azariah, Malone, Carter, Gina, Nengo Flow, Boricua, ¿qué pasa? Cumpleaños de Big Pun, el grandote, el más duro, ya tú sabes, papi. That's Nengo Flow all the way from Puerto Rico. By far the realest out there. Happy birthday, Big Pun, my brother. I couldn't do nothing else. It's Pun's birthday, and I want big fans to come on, and I'm gonna hit you up, and we're gonna go live, and you're gonna tell me what you love about Big Pun. If you got a story you share with Big Pun. That was Pun's first single. We got the OJs on it. That's when we shot the video with Chi-Chi, Get the Yayo from Scarface. And we did the wall in the background. It looked like Scarface. It had the flamingos and all that. I had the sky blue suit looking like Eric B. Raekwon the Chef was in that video. Tuffy BX, what's up, Tuffy? And so like Big Pun, you know, I watched what Puffy did with Biggie. And when I met Pun and he was so lyrically incredible, I said to myself, this could be the Spanish Biggie. This is my Spanish Biggie. And I've always been an entrepreneur, so I was thinking in that way. And even though I did my first album, my second album, FloJo went #1 in the country. I was building this momentum. I met the nicest Latino rapper ever. And so I thought our people needed it. And so I put all my ability and my power into Big Pun. So we got him the record deal. Shout out Steve Rifkin at Loud Records. And how that went was Steve Rifkin met with me, and I told him I had an artist, I want to play him. And when we walked in there, everybody from Loud Records was there. And so we walked up in there, and Steve said, can I talk to you? And Steve was like, yo, I just want you to know everybody in the industry talked to me. They called me. They said not to meet with you guys, that you're a bad guy, that you were this and that. And he said, but you know, my father's a gangster. I love gangsters. So, you know, I want to meet with you anyway. So Pun started freestyling for Matty C, Sean C, everybody in there, and Scott Free. And that's how we got his record deal. With him just spitting freestyles in there, they were like, we want to sign Big Pun. For me, it was my big moment to show I could be an executive producer, a Master P, Jay-Z, Diddy, Dr. Dre. And at the same time, we repping hip hop, but at the same time, we putting some powerful energy that Latinos had never seen in hip hop. So before Big Pun, we had Cypress Hills, who I look up to, and in New York, it was Fat Joe, basically. Shout out to the Beat Nuts. So we get Pun, we dropped Still Not a Player, right? The remix to this. Off of one spin, every record label in the world was calling me, talking about, yo, I want to sign your Puerto Rican cousin. Whoever you got, I want to sign. They just thought I had like 10 Big Puns. And I eventually did my deal with Atlantic Records. But I remember Still Not a Player blowing up. We did the album release party at Carbon nightclub. Carbon was the most popping. It was like Live on Sunday Now. And so when I walk in, Russell Simmons is in there. The whole industry is in there like Joe. And for me, it was my executive, like, you know, not just Fat Joe the rapper, the dream came true. I'm putting my people on, and now I got Terror Squad Records. And so when I go, it's ram-packed. 5,000 people in there. You can't fit nobody else. When I go to the back room, Pun is back there, so drunk. He's so drunk. He's on a table. They had a table in the green room. And he was on the table swimming. Big Pun was on the table acting like he was swimming on a wood table. And I got so fucking pissed because Pun, you know, no matter what, he was my little brother and I had to make sure he was good. Everybody was out there. So I remember I'm screaming on everybody. Everybody's family, our crew. I'm just like, how y'all let this guy get that drunk? And he's swimming. He got, I don't know how, they got a helmet in there, like a baseball helmet, like a Yankee helmet, Met helmet. And he vomits into the helmet. Now I'm really losing it. Throwing shit around, I'm mad, I'm this. Everybody's waiting for the Big Pun. You know, it's one thing when you heard Big Pun. It's one thing when you heard Big Pun. It's another thing to see him live. And do the dead in the middle, a little, and you're like, oh my God. So I'm not, now I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. So I go out there because the promoter of the club is like, yo, you got to do something. People been waiting forever. Shout out Roe Parish. So I go out there and I grab the mic and I start doing like a Fat Joe song or whatever the case may be. And I start rocking and they going crazy. But I'm trying to stall. I don't know what's going on. The Big Pun ain't performing. And next thing you know, the DJ throws on Twin Deep cover, and I turn around, and Pun comes out. Ready for war, Joe? How you wanna blow they spot? I know some dirty cops that'll get us in if we murder some wop. Hop in the Hummer, the Punners is ready. Yo, dead in the middle, a little. The crowd went bananas. And I'm looking at him like this motherfucker. And he's looking at me, he winks at me like I got you. And then the more to the story, we rocked the show. Let me tell you something. They paid us $20,000 for that show, right? Pun took the $20,000 and threw it in the crowd. The whole 20, fuck that, Twin. Threw the whole 20,000 in the crowd. Of course I argued with him too, like, cause you know that was the paper. It was like, yo, you throwing a fucking bag. I'm talking about Big Pun. If you just tuning in, it's Big Pun, my brother's birthday. And tonight I'm gonna link up with some of the fans. I'm gonna tell you some legendary, classic moments. You might have heard them, you might have not heard them, but in any case, they're worth saying. This is the biggest show in the game. Pretty Lou on the check-in. Love you, Pretty Lou. Let me see if we got we just gonna pick a random fan. Hopefully they got some good shit to say. Yo.
Yo, bro.
I gotta see your face. Okay. See, it's jerks like that that make it hard for other people. For me to actually pick a person.
Hey, yo, what up, Joe?
What's up, brother, man? What's your name? Where you from?
I'm Nino, man. I'm Puerto Rican, but I live in London, in England. I talked to you once, long time ago.
Tell me your experience with Big Pun.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I grew up with hip-hop. I'm 44 years old. Like, I grew up with hip-hop since, like, 1991. I don't really know so much about Big Pun, but I have a lot of memories with you, though. Because I remember when I was listening to you, like, that was the youngsters' time, like, back in the days. You was always in the background and shit. Like, hip-hop has always been something that I just love. You know, I don't really have a lot of memories with him.
So what I need you to do right now, because it's really, really Pun Day, is I need you to Google some Big Pun and know that he's the greatest of all time.
For real, man, definitely. You know, I respect him a lot. I know his music, and it's just that I don't really have a lot of memories, you know what I'm saying? But
don't worry about it, my brother. I respect you. Watch tonight's show, and you'll get a lot of good stories, okay?
For sure, for sure.
Peace, my brother. You know, I don't take that as disrespect right there. I don't take that as disrespect. I'll give you another one. If y'all ready for this. I used to work at Battery Studio. Battery Studio is in Manhattan, and it was one of the premier studios, and that's where I used to work at all the time. So one day I'm in I was good. Like whenever I needed a studio, whenever I needed anything, that's where I would go and work. And so one night I rent studio. Pun comes in the studio with Tony Sunshine. Shout out my brother Tony Sunshine. I'm surprised I don't see him on here. If y'all don't know about Big Pun was the biggest prankster in the world. He would do pranks on anybody. He would buy a Big Mac and offer you a Big Mac and take the green wasabi from the Japanese, the sushi spot, throw it in there, and you take one bite and your ass is on fire, right? So Pun was just a prankster, joked a lot. So I don't care if you were skinny, good looking, and you was funny, you wasn't gonna beat Big Pun at a snap battle. You wasn't gonna out joke him. So I'm in the studio, Titi Barber was good. I'm in the studio, and Big Pun walks in with Tony Sunshine. When they walk in, I got an engineer, a little white guy, little skinny white kid, nicest guy in the world. So Pun walks in and pulls out a gun, right? So when he pulls out the gun, I'm like, yo, Tone, why you pulling that out? So Tone's laughing, and Tone goes, and you know, when you go to the studio, they give you this fruit bowl. So it's a bowl with like bananas, strawberries, apples. So Tony goes and grabs the apple and tells the kid, the engineer, to stay still. So Tony puts the apple on the guy's head. Now the guy is scared to death, shitting bricks. So am I. I never thought they would shoot at the apple. So Tony's telling him, yo, stay still, bro. Stay still. And Pun is going like this with the gun, like aiming, whatever. Sure enough, Pun squeezed the trigger and it goes, bah, like a real gun. So the kid dives under the board. He dives under the board. Oh, scared to death. Tone and Pun is laughing to death. And I'm screaming at Pun, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you do some shit like that? And basically, it was a gun, like a movie gun that got blanks. So it's a movie gun that got blanks, so it can't kill you, it got blanks. They never again in the history of mankind allowed me in that studio again. No matter what is the case, they never allowed me in that studio again. This is the type of shit Big Pun would do. Another thing about Big Pun that's different from me, right? Because I rep the hood. I rep the hood all day, every day. Shout out to Up NYC. November 22nd, we're giving out thousands of turkeys in both locations. Thousands of turkeys to the less fortunate, November 22nd. I recently, there's schools in our neighborhood where our stores are at that because of COVID, the kids can't go in. They got to do it online. A bunch of kids ain't have computers or iPads. We just donated a bunch of iPads to them. So we're constantly in the hood. Like, we're constantly giving back. We're constantly in the hood. There's nothing you could do. But the shit is, Pun is one of the only rappers that was double platinum and refused to move out the hood. So he lived in the middle of the Bronx in Soundview. In the middle of the Bronx he lived, had the house, renovated the house, motorcycles outside. Pun had a 24-hour limousine in front of the house. So that means when the driver fell asleep and couldn't, he would get up, leave, another driver would come. And Pun had that 24 hours a day in front of his house. But Pun didn't want to leave out there. I used to beg him all the time. Because when I got some money, I went to Jersey. Right over the hill, and I heard birds chirping. I seen little white boys playing hockey. You know, I went to the safe side. He stood there, and being that he stood in the hood, he would go, yeah, exactly, ghetto rich. He would go and have these big water guns, and he would shoot. I'm gonna say that old ladies coming out the supermarket with the water guns. So he would come in the 500 Benz, the big gray shit, wide body, that he was the only nigga in the Bronx with the Benz. And he would come shoot at old ladies, old dudes. And the crazy shit is, every time I would show up to his hood, the cops would pull me over. And they didn't want no beef with me. They'd be like, yo, Joe, can I holler at you? They'd be like, yeah, you know, somebody shot at old ladies with a water gun. You do know the only guy with a red scooter is Pun. You do know that the only guy with a 500 Benz is Big Pun. We're gonna have to lock him up sooner or later if he keeps shooting at old ladies with water guns. So I would go in his house, I would wild out, I would scream on everybody. And so to tell you about Pun, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, my brother Big Pun. The most loyal guy you ever seen in the world. And I know when somebody dies, everybody tries to act like they good people or whatever the case may be. But this guy was one of the best human beings you will ever meet in your life. And that's with no exaggeration. Hold on, let me see if we got a fan. Let's see if we got a fan. Let me see if we got a fan on here who knows some Big Pun shit.
Yo.
My brother, what's your name? Where you from?
Jeff Stallone. I'm in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania.
Okay, brother. Is there anything you would like to say about Big Pun? It's his birthday.
Just hope he has a wonderful day, and I hope he's just. I wonder what he.
Brother. Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you, man. Can't do the whistle for that one because I don't know. You know, I can't do the whistle for that one because I don't know. But, you know, usually I give him the whistle. But I'm not sure if my man was, you know, God bless him, you know? Yo, what's up? What's your name? Where you from? I can't see you.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess my camera ain't working, big dog. I'm from California.
I got to see you, though.
Ah, fuck. Let me switch my camera. Hold on.
All right, I see the call. So
you see the call? Hold on.
Any story
there we
about Big Pun?
What's up, Bo? How you doing?
It's Big Pun birthday today. Any story about Big Pun or how he inspired you?
He inspired me to date Puerto Ricans. Check this one out. So we out here dating Boricuas. You feel me?
Sorry to hear that. I know she getting the best of you, boy.
Oh yeah, man. She's taking over, brother.
Girls, huh? They're crazy.
You know how it be?
It's all love, my brother.
Hey, appreciate it, brother.
Nothing but love. Stay up, man.
Hey, appreciate it.
All right. Sorry to hear that, boy. You seen Rosie Perez and do the right thing, man. Like, boy, that's a handful. And Puerto Rican mommies are beautiful, but they're sheesh. They'll keep you. TJ Ramo, what's up, my brother? Apparently, he got a winner. That's a Puerto Rican girl right there, boy. I tell you. They stick together. Rest in peace to my brother Full Flex as well. TS, you know, Full Flex and Pun. They're like big pieces to the puzzle. Flex managed me for 20 years. We started out before rap. You know, we did the streets legend. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he'll forever be missed. My brother, his son Flex is my godson. So, you know, it is what it is. It's bittersweet. You know? It's bittersweet. So Big Pun birthday. I could stay on here and keep telling you stories. Like, you know. Hello there.
How are you?
How you doing? What's your name? Where you from?
Portia. I'm from Castle Hill.
Oh, you from Castle Hill?
Yeah.
So you know Pun used to live in Castle Hill.
Wow. I didn't know that. No, I thought it was always Soundview.
Nah, it was Soundview, but before he blew, you know where they got the YMCA on Castle Hill all the way at the end?
Yeah, where Styles P have his new juice bar.
Yeah, around there. So around the corner, Pun lived in one of them little houses. They actually had like a foster home right next door. So his first album, we did it in Castle Hill. We was writing in that house he used to live in Castle Hill.
Wow.
That's crazy. Do you have any memories of Big Pun when you was growing up?
Well, I'm a 90s baby, so like I did remember him and Ashanti with that song, and I loved him and Jonell Jones. It's So Hard, and I love the Capital Punishment album. I love 90s.
That album was something else, huh?
Wow.
And you being from the Bronx, how did that make you feel?
He's legendary. Like, he really paved the way for a lot of us. So it's like, wow. And like hearing some old stories about him and Tony Sunshine, like how he was on the whole his whole second album, and how Jonell Jones was replaced by him, and how he went to, can I say fat camp? I don't want to be offensive.
Yeah, he went. I'll tell him a story about that. So I'll tell you, put your camera down because we only get, you don't want us to see your whole, all right.
Okay,
Both. So I'll tell you.
Okay.
Pun that got so big, right?
I heard he died at,
huh?
I heard he died at 700 pounds, and I heard
he was
story
big.
That, and I heard that Nori went down to go see him in North Carolina, and yeah, and Nori was saying that how he really wanted fried chicken from KFC, so he wanted 30 piece, and he was like, "Pun, this ain't a good idea. This ain't a good idea." He was like, "They ain't gonna never know, Nori. Just stop off."
He told Nori, "Yo, all you gotta do is take the skin off,
and they would,
and then it's like grilled chicken."
Yeah.
And they never let Nori back in the place again.
I remember that. I remember hearing that. Yeah. And I remember the story about how Tony Sunshine said that how they got banned out of the Apollo Theater because somebody threw ice at him. He was like, if anybody else throws ice at me, let me know I'm not a rapper. And then he was like, there was like 30 guys that climbed up the pole like Spider-Man, just wilding out. I'm like, yeah,
that really happened.
Wow.
Nah, that really happened in real life. That happened in real life. That's crazy. I gotta put that in my book because that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think his work should be on Netflix, like a documentary, or how Jada and Styles P and Sheik did the Locks. Yeah. That's like legendary. Like what y'all did in New York is doing New York and still doing in New York is very legendary. Like there's no era like the 90s. I feel like that.
You right. Thank you for your call, man. Thank you for the love. We appreciate you.
Oh, but you never told me the pun story. What you about to say?
Oh, so what happened was Pun was getting really, 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 really big. And so there's some people, and I'm addicted to food. So there's some people who are addicted to drugs. There's some people addicted to cigarettes. There's some people addicted to gambling. My thing and Pun things was food. But he would go really, really hard. So you would come in his house and 1 hour it'd be ghetto Chinese. So pork fried rice, fried chicken wings, French fry, all that. Then you would go 2 hours later, it'd be KFC on there. Then you would go 2 hours and walked in there and I smacked all the food off the table. Cause I ain't gonna front. I had a lot of yes men around him. Like people who just said yes. And so like a lot of like guys I wouldn't have around me, like flunkies, like or do anything you say. So, and that's the problem when you got guys like DMX, guys like that. There's people who enable them to they go do. So one day I flip out and I tell them, yo, you gotta go to Fat Farm. And he fought with me. And then at the time, my right-hand man was with me, who never left my side. And he said, if I go, he got to go with me. I said, fuck it. He going to go with you. My man looking at me like, come on, you crazy? Yo, I'm not. I was like, yo, you got to go. And so he went down to North Carolina, and he did lose
150.
100 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But it's different when they put you in a place where you can't eat nothing and you ain't got access to nothing, and then they let you out. And then you see all this McDonald's, all this shit. And unfortunately, he died maybe months after, less than a year after. Wow. But we tried. I wish we would have tried harder. I wish, there's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell the people, I went through depression after Pun died for 2 years. So like real depression. You know what I mean? Pun, my sister, my grandfather passed at the same time. And so I had to go get therapy. You know what I'm saying? And I went through the real shit. And it wasn't until 2 years later, we used to always do, shout out to Tat Screw, Bio, BG, and Nice at 163rd Interbell, we would always do in memory of Pun. Every year, change it up. So I was going through depression. I was gaining weight. I never used to drink. Then I started drinking, and I was just beating myself up, like what could we have done? And I remember 2 guys walked by. It was like 12 at night, and one guy told the other guy, yo, what they doing? And he said, yo, that's the big Pun war. They do it every year. He was like, word? And he was like, yo, but how long ago he died? And the other guy said 2 years. And in my head, it just said 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. And I finally, that was it. Swear to God, I woke up.
You snapped
and I
out.
said, yo, Joe, stop beating yourself up. It's been 2 years. You tortured yourself for 2 years. Like, you got to snap out of it and come back. But it's crazy. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you for coming on.
Okay.
Castle Hill, stand up. Big Pun birthday. Big Pun birthday, and that's a true story, man. And anybody dealing with depression, if you're a guy, I don't care. You know me, I was the leader of my own army, and still was going for help. If you need help, go get the help. You know what I'm saying? It's hard when somebody, all of us deal with death differently, and it's hard when you got to deal with it, and then there's no way you can escape. I would come to Miami to try to be on the low. And the waiter of the restaurant was serving my food and be like, yo, sorry about your brother. He was the best. Or I would be at a light and the car next door to me would be like, yo, your brother. And it was just hard. That's all I'm trying to tell you. It was really, really hard to get over that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. All right, I got one for you. Damn. I remember so Big Pun, you know, the energy he brought to New York, to the world, a big guy representing for the ladies, representing for real hip hop, spitting lyrics, classic album, you know, just killing them. You know what I'm saying? And the Latinos, we had our Biggie, we had our Bob Marley, the best guy in the game. And what's crazy is we got nominated for a Grammy, and Pun, we rented the mansion in LA. Pun flew in somebody to do his hair. I think she was from like San Francisco. Pun, there's an infamous picture. Me and Pun was so fucking big. We went to the Grammys, and that's the one I got the big suit. He got the big suit with the big. He had finger waves. He had finger waves, and that's that infamous picture that I believe Kanye and Little Pump dressed up as Fat Joe and Big Pun in that video. And so that day we finally got to the Grammys, and to tell you the truth, I was on from Digging in the Crates to Fat Joe. I was on before I signed Pun, but I had never experienced platinum. I never experienced going to the Grammys. I never experienced nothing like that. So we get to the Grammys, and I'm a music guy. You know, it's very rare that, see, we all make music and we all respect each other, but we never see each other. So when you go to something like the Grammys, that's when you get to see Gladys Knight, you get to see Smokey Robinson, you get to see Snoop Dogg, you get to see. So we are in there, and the minute we get there to sit down, Kirk Franklin was in there. Your man Ricky Martin was performing "Living La Vida Loca," and I was so excited. And Pun was excited, but the minute we got there, somebody from Loud Records, I think it was Charlene, she works at Def Jam now. She told us, yo, they did your award before the TV, and Pun, you lost. And I was like, what? And it was like, you lost. Pun got so angry. He was like, yo, we out, twin. I'm like, yo, Pun, we finally got here. Like, you know, we at the Grammys. And I swear to God, Ricky Martin was on stage doing "Living La Vida Loca," and I'm like, yo, Pun, like, he was like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here. I was like, yo, Pun, you bugging out. He's like, yo, twin, you gonna keep it real with me or not? Let's go. That was when keeping real goes wrong, bro. I walked out with Pun. I was so fucking mad that we had to leave, and that shit was crazy. But we did that. And then you heard in the record where Pun said it in Miami, almost came home with the Grammy. Next year, bring it home 3 for the family. Watch me. And very different. This man was very different. Hold on, let me see a fan. Let me see if we got a fan. You know, somebody who really want to rap. Let me see who it is. Let me see somebody. I just randomly picking people. Christian Dior, I see. Yo, what's up? What's your name? Where you from?
What's good, baby? My name is Rocksteady. The real Rocksteady. Shout out to the Rocksteady crew. But what up, Joe? I got a funny
What's
story.
up, my brother? You got any story about Big Pun? Any inspiration?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I heard a story that actually Juju from the Beatnuts told. And if y'all don't know who Juju is and the Beatnuts, y'all need to go Google them. You know what I'm saying? So the story was that they was in a restaurant, and it was Juju and Pun or whatever, and some other dude. So you know, Pun, like you say, he was a prankster. So dude had went to the bathroom and left his cell phone on the table. So because Pun was big, you know what I mean? He took the phone and he stuck it under his belly and he put it on the table. So when dude came back, somebody called his phone and the dude was like, because it smelled, bro. You get what I'm saying? But that's a funny story right there that I heard from Juju. You know what I mean? And,
How did your man, how Pun made you feel, you being original Rocksteady or whatever, when you heard Big Pun coming out of the Bronx Latino spitting that shit?
Man, that shit made me proud, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not the original Rocksteady. You get what I'm saying? I'm Rocksteady MC. Salute to the Rocksteady crew. You get what I'm saying? But when I heard Pun, bro, and I'm Boricua, he Boricua, man, that shit just made me feel like, yo, we on. You know what I'm saying? Not just that, because you was doing it before. You get what I'm saying? But when y'all two came together as a collective, y'all had New York on smash, bro. You get what I'm saying? Y'all made the Boricuas proud, bro. You know what I mean? Salute, for real.
Good looking, my brother, man. Thanks for your time, man. Nothing but
No
love,
doubt,
man.
bro.
Stay up. Good luck.
Peace.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how Big Pun inspired people and how he made them feel, you know? Let me see if my man got a little story on here. It's only right.
Joe,
Yo, what's up, Bobito?
what's poppin'? What's going on, Johnny?
Tell me, Christian, how Big Pun made you feel when you heard him being an MC, being Latino? Johnny Nunez, what's up?
I'm gonna tell you
How did
something
Big
crazy.
Pun made you feel when you heard him?
I'm gonna tell you something crazy, Joe. Back early 2000s, I had just started rapping. I just started coming up, so I would go battling from 125th to 207 every single block. That's how I met the J.R. Riders, the J Mills, the Fred the Gods. And I would walk up all these places, and somebody told me one day, you got to create songs. And I was like, yo, I'm so good at rapping. It's only one problem, though. They're not accepting Latinos. Like, at that moment, I felt like that's what they kept saying to me. Like, and I felt like that as well. When you and Pun came out, and y'all remember listening to Deep Cover and watching and watching that, and I think the next video was like a Pitbull video. And I said to myself, wow, we actually have somebody in the game. We got people in the game that are in the culture in itself, not just the music, but the business in itself. And that inspired me. So when me and you got to actually work together, and I remember saying to myself, like, wow, this is a dream come true. These are the reasons that I'm even doing half the things that I'm doing with my life and supporting my family is through this. And Pun, to me as a person, was probably one of the biggest inspirations, because I always wanted to be the person who maybe one day could meet Pun and rap with Pun in the same kind of ciphers and the same kind of things. And he made. You
ever seen the cipher when Pun was there with Mos Def, DMX?
Yes. And Cannabis was at the table. I live for that. You know what I mean?
That shit was like an exorcist. Like, they heads, if they could have ran
if they would
fuck
have
up out of there, because Pun died. He died for those moments. He lived for those moments. Like, he wanted to rap with the best.
That's
and
how
nobody
I felt.
wanted to rap with him. Like, and they caught it because it was early. They didn't know he was that nice.
That's what I'm saying.
But, you know, once he was already Big Pun, Capital Punishment out, nobody wanted to rap with him in no ciphers and no shit like that.
Nah, because they initially knew. My goal always, I remember telling Fred the God, rest in peace of soul. I used to tell Fred, like, yo, I wish I would have been in this situation when Pun was still running through the Bronx and I was still running through the Heights and running through that. It would have been so epic, because he inspired me to overwrite on my pen. He inspired me to say, fuck a beat, fuck this shit. I got a beat.
You know, he taught me how to write.
That's crazy.
He taught me how to write, even though I put him on. Life, I don't know how these young kids are doing it. I don't know if they are doing it. But we used to write with each other. And so, dead ass, if I wrote a rhyme that wasn't hot enough, he'd be like, yo, that shit is whack. You gotta come harder. And one thing I always used to do is I used to cheat. So say it was 16 bars,
Yeah.
I would give you 14 hard bars, but the last two, I would just go regular and just be like, say the song was named Mixtape. I would be like, something with a Biscayne. See Joe Crack on the mixtape. He'd be like, yo, it gotta be all 16 hard.
Team hard.
And you don't know how hard it was for me because the man, you don't know how hard it was for me. I see you, Chubby Chubb. Because I want to go. It's a summer day. We popping. We got Benzes outside. We lit. And he be like, nah, we got to get this shit right.
We got to get it right.
And a story I'm going to tell, because, you know, you such a dope lyricist, but a story I'm going to tell you right now, which is a true story that people could think I'm lying. Big Pun used to have this shit where he go to sleep. I think it was the, I don't know if it was the narcisseptics. I don't know what that is.
Fred used to do that to me at times. Fred used to be
Fred,
like, he'll be talking
where they
to you
just go to sleep.
And he just not off.
Rest in peace, Fred. So Pun would nod off. Like, boom. And then like an hour later, this is a true story, he'll wake up and be like, yo, give me the pad, twin. Give me the pad, twin. And he would write down the whole rhyme he dreamed. Songs.
What?
With hooks and everything. He would dream it.
Yo, this is crazy.
No, that's a fact. Though I'm not lying to you. This ain't one time. This is all the time. He would just wake up and be like, yo, give me the pad. And just start writing the whole song that he dreamed.
That's incredible.
He's a genius, man. Yo, good looking for coming on here, Christian.
I got a question for you, Joe. I got a question.
Uh-huh.
You guys had a barbershop on Westchester Ave, you and Pun.
Pun did, with a pool table in it. You know, it's really like his hangout. But yeah, he had that.
I remember, because somebody brought it to my attention. I remember pulling up there like twice and I couldn't run into him. I was dying to run into him.
You know, Pun was the type of guy, it would be a long line around an ice cream truck, and it would be him just buying all the little kids ice creams. You know, he gave everything to the people.
And I
he gave everything to the people. I don't know if I should elaborate, but he gave a lot to the people.
Yo, Joe,
all right, Christian. One love, my brother.
Bless, my
Stay
brother.
up, my brother. One love. And Johnny Nunez. Oh, you just posted Nori getting the cut there? Westchester Avenue, he at the barbershop. You know, I'm going to give you one more good one. And then we're going to go to my brother Chubby Chubb, who I invited to play some shit. Now, Big Pun is the first solo Latino. If you loving the show, let me see fire signs, because I got to know that you loving the show. If you not, get the fuck off. This is my brother's birthday, and I'm going to rep for my brother till I'm gone, right? So fire signs if you loving what you hear. Ciroc, a much finer vodka. I got a classic story for y'all. Fire signs if you loving the stories. Fire signs. I see you, Armando. I see you, Jen. Okay. This is by far the biggest. Fire signs. This next story is one for the masses. This next one is it. This is Big Pun's birthday. I see you, Fleazy. Okay. So Pun is the first solo Latino artist to sell 2 million records. Before Big Pun, no one had ever went platinum Latino. Edgar Balanga was good. So just know he went double platinum before anybody. You know, reggaeton wasn't popping. Nothing was really popping like that. I see you, Edgar. It's Big Pun birthday. Johnny Nunez. Johnny Nunez says, what? I got a story, but all good. Oh, Johnny, hold on. There you got Johnny there. Hold on. Johnny Nunez don't talk. If he say he want to talk, then we got to get him on. Johnny Nunez is probably the biggest photographer in hip-hop music. Nobody bigger. You heard Nas's new album where he big up Johnny Nunez? Johnny Nunez, you got to pick up. I'm requesting you. Yo, Johnny.
What's up, Joe? How are you, bro?
My brother, you know I love you, man. You know,
Love you too, Joe. Love you,
you
man.
hit me up and you said, yo, Nas just shouted me out. I was like, yo, I heard it already, bro. I got that already.
Well,
Johnny,
yeah.
you are by far a living legend.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
One of the biggest photographers ever in the hip-hop business. Ever.
Oh,
You
thank you,
took
Joe.
over maybe 1 million pictures of me, Pun, everybody, and we have never seen those pictures again.
No.
Shout out to Papoose. Johnny, you have
So, yo,
Johnny,
yeah.
I need a picture. I don't know which one, but I need a picture with a frame because I'm about to move to somewhere, new location. But I want a Johnny Nunez signed picture.
Oh, yeah.
And if you got one classic of me and Pun that nobody ever seen, I want something nobody ever, and I know you got them.
Oh, I got him.
Because I've never
yours,
seen
Joe.
your pictures nowhere where you got 1 million pictures.
Oh,
Yo,
no,
Johnny
they're
Nunez,
there.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is your story about Big Pun? Because I was about to go into a classic. Okay.
So I got two quick ones. So
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
So when I got into photography, I unfortunately had to be homeless because I had gotten kicked out of a medical school program, and I didn't want my dad to know, so I put all my stuff in storage, and I went and lived in my car. I lived in a Mazda 323. I delivered Pizza Hut during the day, and on the weekends I would watch elderly people that were sick. So I was such in a trance to get into photography that all the mixtapes I was hearing this cat, Big Pun. And, you know, I was already a big fan of yours, Joe. So I was like, yo, this Big Pun dude. So as I was in New York City selling photos for $85 to Vibe Magazine and Source Magazine, I overheard Angie Martinez at High 97 say something like, yo, it was a great interview, Big Pun. Hope you come back to the show. I was like, what? Big Pun is at High 97? And I remembered it was on Hudson Street. So as I'm on the LIE heading back to Long Island, I immediately made a quick U-turn, got back on the expressway back to New York, got to Hudson Avenue. Did not know if I was going to make it in time because, you know, once the show is over, artists usually leave. Next thing I know, there was Big Pun with the Punisher tattoo on his forearm. He was smoking a cigarette. This is the picture that I'm going to make into an enlargement for you for your new home. So I said, yo, Pun, you Pun? He's like, yeah, that's me. I'm like, yo, you mind if I get a photo? He's like, no problem, bro. And I took that one picture. That picture, I think, made it in the Source. And then later on, I find out I had signed him and all that stuff. Or maybe he was already signed to you. So later on, fast forward the story. I'm not even going to get into Jimmy's Bronx Cafe when you did a fundraiser for Puerto Rico after the hurricane and Jay-Z and Dame Dash came, blah, 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 blah. But fast forward the story to Latin Quarter.
We collected $350,000 in that fundraiser, and it was really for Santo Domingo and Haiti.
Oh, shit, you're right. My bad.
And we donated $350,000. We've been doing this philanthropy shit for the people.
Yep.
It was Santo Domingo and Haiti.
Yep.
We raised $350,000 and gave it to the people over there. But tell me.
Yeah.
So
the last one
what's the second story?
The last, and this is quick. At Latin Quarters, the last days of Latin Quarter, it was you and him performing. You guys were the main attraction. And I was like, yo, I got to save all the rolls of film for Fat Joe and Big Pun because this is important. This is like, So next thing I know, they're like, the opening acts was MOP, and at Lorraine, well, MOP, and this white boy from Detroit was gonna open up. So I was like, white boy rapper. I'm like, I'm gonna save my roles. I don't want to take no photos. This cat comes out, yo, my name is Eminem. What's up, everybody? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, okay, Eminem, whatever. I'm gonna save my rolls of film because I don't want to shoot. Not because he was white, because I just felt like nobody could rap unless they from New York. That's how New York I was. So I just held all my photos.
So
I didn't
that
take
night you
one
didn't get a
picture.
picture of Eminem when he performed with the Outsiders?
Nah, I was very New York to the fullest. I didn't want to shoot
And you know
nobody.
Eminem performed that night. He opened up with
Yeah,
the Outsiders from Jersey. I
yeah,
remember he was
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
skinny. It's the
yeah. I got
first
the
time I
yeah.
seen him perform, and they was holding him by the back of his shirt
Yep,
so he
yep,
wouldn't fall in the
yep,
crowd.
yep, 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 yep,
Oh my
yep, yep,
God. I
yep.
can't believe you was there and you didn't get that.
Yeah. So if you remember in Miami at Art Basel, me and Domingo Zapata dedicated 4 pieces collaborating. He's a serious artist from Spain with some of my historical photos at Lorraine. I can never say her last name right.
Lauren Ridinger.
Reininger's house, and there they were. The pictures that you see of you and him, you and Big Pun on stage from a bird's eye view, that was from that very historical night.
Wow.
And I was dead in the middle of Little Italy. Little did they know that we riddled to middlemen who didn't do diddly. Oh. Yeah. Hold on,
I
Joe.
love you, my
Yo,
brother.
Joya.
Be safe, all right?
All right, bro. Love you, Joe.
Love
Joya,
you,
set
bro.
this up. The fast truth, Joe. What's up?
Yo, what's
All right.
up?
All right. Love you,
Johnny,
Joe.
we love you,
Bless.
bro. One
One,
love,
baby.
man. One of the best guys in the world, Johnny Nunez, greatest photographer in hip hop. Everybody knows. Let me give you one more story, and then I'll go to my brother Chubb. If you want the one more story, put the fire signs, because this is a big one. I could keep this one for the Fat Joe book. If you want to hear this next story, put the fire signs up, or I'll keep it for the Fat Joe book. Shout out my brother Armageddon, whether he's here or not. Pat Post. If you want this next story, I'm telling you now, this is the most classic. Fire signs up. DJ Camilo, I see you. If you want this next story, fire signs up. More fuego, more fuego. Mama. This is a big one. This is one of the most legendary Fat Joe stories. One of the most legendary Big Pun stories. Happy birthday, Big Pun. Okay, I see enough fire signs. Y'all ready? Okay. I see you, Billy Blanc. Okay, so Big Pun, the first Latino to sell 2 million records ever, soloist. Biggest shit all around the country, phenomenon. The only way I can explain it to you is you can't compare them as artists because, you know, Pun is a genius. But to those of you who wasn't here for that, it's almost like the way Cardi B got the game. Where she's a phenomenon. Whatever she says, everybody loves. Whatever this, Pun was like that. He was that fucking hot, even more at that time. Shout out to Camilo. So we've been all around the world doing Boricua Morena, which means inclusion, Puerto Rican and black. Boricua Morena, it was inclusion from the start. Puerto Ricans and blacks, and Latinos and blacks, if you wanted to know. So we finally get to something called the Puerto Rican Parade. If you're not from New York, you won't understand. Once a year, they throw a Puerto Rican parade Yo, Pristine Jewelers, BX is what made me. We love you, Pristine. Puerto Rican Parade comes once a year, and there's millions and millions of people at that parade in Fifth Avenue. Millions, though. To the point of you can't see the concrete, it's just human beings. And they playing salsa. And mind you, we are the first rap music in the Puerto Rican Parade. That's a whole nother story. So we can't wait to Puerto Rican Parade so that Big Pun could perform Boricua Morena. At the time, it's #1 in the country, let alone New York, and at the Puerto Rican celebration. And the record goes, Boricua Morena. Okay. We get on the float. We come out on the float. We might have went 3 blocks performing, 3-4 blocks, and the float in the parade catches a flat. Now they're telling us we can't keep going on in the parade. Now you got to understand, we've been waiting our whole life to come to this parade, and pretty much we was the kings of the parade. It was millions of people waiting all over. It's like 60 blocks. And they told us we could not continue the parade because there was a flat in the float. So we all get out. We was pissed. Me and Pun, believe it or not, as big as he wasn't that big at this time. We walked the parade maybe like 10, 15 blocks. People were going crazy, but we were just saying what's up to everybody. We dipped out. Couple of thousand people chased us. We ran in a bar. We was waiting to get the cars, and the cars are it's a movie. Finally, the cars come pick us up. We ride uptown. We stop at 120-something Street. You know the bridge that goes from Harlem, 1st Avenue to 138th Street. That bridge, right? So you go past these peeps just further up. So the bridge, so like 125th and 1st Ave, that bridge. So we meet there and we dapping each other and we so proud and we so happy. Yo, we wish we could have ride Puerto Rican Parade. Yo, we them niggas, we wildin', right? And it's just a bunch of Terror Squad dudes. Out of nowhere, this kid comes up, right? And I believe, now I know who he is. I believe his name, I'm going to give him some clout. His name was Andy. He was from Brook Avenue, just so y'all could be clear. Y'all, Breon, sure enough, the kid comes up to me out of all people, right? Little Spanish Puerto Rican kid, a punk. Sucker, punk, you can see it in his face, punk. And the kid comes up to me and says, yo, Fat Joe, can I tell you something? I was like, yeah. He said, yo, you pussy. I said, what? Let alone if I was alone. It's about 40, 50 guys with me. The Willis Avenue Bridge. So he says, my uncle tells me, you pussy, you ain't nobody. I said, listen, bro. Everybody, they looked immediately, was like, Jesus. You can see everybody looking like, ah. I was like, hold up. I stopped everybody. And I said, yo, bro, we both Boricua, man. Don't do that, please. Don't talk to me like that, please. Let's not go there. Nah, my uncle said, you pussy, use a suck. So now, a super punk, pussy, is what I'm talking about. All of a sudden, they swing on him. He starts running across the bridge, right? From Harlem to the Bronx. He's running, right? By Wagner Projects. They catch him on the bridge. When they catch him on the bridge, I'm calling him like, yo, chill. Next thing I see is the gray Benz with Big Pun, definitely a suicide mission. The great, well, a lawsuit mission. We learned later about these lawsuits and these guys. You know, I spoke to Mike Tyson about it. These guys will tell you anything so you can beat their ass and they can get a lawsuit. Right? So the Benz zooms up. That's Pun in the Benz. Up the bridge. I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm running up the thing. They pounding this guy. Legend. Washing him, legend. Shout out to Booby the Boxer, right? It was bad. So I'm running up there to stop Pun while he's running. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna lose everything. Pun gets out the Benz. So now the way Pun gets out of car, the whole car goes up. Pun gets out. Now Pun starts stumping them too. They got him over the bridge. So now I'm scared. They didn't, but I'm scared these dudes might even throw this dude over the bridge. Like they washing him that bad, right? So I go, Joseph Anthony, Carter Gina. I go and dive on the kid. I go and dive on the kid to save his life. So I even got punched. I'm like, I'm diving on him. So please, you know, you don't know if the catch-up is coming. You don't know what's going to go. So I'm on him. It's broad daylight. Puerto Rican parade. Cars are honking the horn. Puerto Rican flags all over. So I dive on him. I never touched this guy. Swear to my mother on everything. If anything, I saved this guy's life. I dove on him, saved his life. I was still catching like little, you know, like they was trying to get him. So I tell the kid, get the fuck out of here. He gets out of there, but they beat him up bad, right? Yo, Papoose, you crazy. Yo, man. I love this story. Yo, hold up. This is the beginning of this. Nothing. This is the preview, the appetizer. So they pound him out. He runs over the thing. About a month later, I'm doing an autograph signing. And while I'm doing the autograph signing, it's like a couple of thousand kids. It's me, my people's there, my wife. You know, I'm signing autographs on 34th Street. 2 detectives walk in, right? So now, oh yeah, he sues Camilo. That's a fact. 2 detectives comes in, and they stand there and they say, can I talk to you for a second, Joe? Like, all right. They're like, yo, I just want to let you know we're going to give you the courtesy. We don't want to upset the kids, but as soon as you sign the autographs, we locking you up. There's a guy who said y'all beat him up on the Willis Avenue Bridge and that you robbed him. You took this chain, you know. And I'm like, ain't that a bitch? I'm the one who saved this guy. And he looked for it. It's okay. So meanwhile, I call my lawyer. My lawyer comes down. My lawyer's already working with the prosecutor. Back in the day, you get locked up, you got to at least spend 1 night in jail. It wasn't like you could get out in hours or whatever the case. So I'm already thinking I'm going to spend the night in jail. But my lawyer's saying, I'm talking to the prosecutor already. They're going to put you, what's up, Raul? They're going to put you to see the judge tonight. So you don't have to spend the night in jail. They on it. They moving it. I'm like, all right, cool. My wife goes to Jersey, comes back, gets me a sweatsuit because I got to go to jail. I change. I go with the detectives. Well, I go with the detectives. My lawyer's at the precinct with me. It's the 40th precinct. Good old Andy's neighborhood. And so I go in there, and they put me in the precinct in the smallest cell you ever seen. Like small, like one person could fit in it. The smallest cell you ever see in your life. And so I'm sitting in there, and I barely could fit in this cell. And while I'm in there, my lawyer's talking to me. Yo, I'm talking to Central Booking. I'm talking to the DA's very nice on this. Shout out to Phil Dussick. And he was like, yo, we're going to go see the judge in about an hour. We was going to go to Central Booking. All planned out. Some fly shit. When you get locked up and you see the judge in less than a couple of hours, you go home, you all right. All of a sudden, the whole entire precinct, inmates, cops, whatever you want to call, the fucking wall started shaking. Everybody screaming, right? So, I don't know why they screaming. Next thing I look at, they open the door. Big Pun walks in with an all-black leather suit, a blazer, and black leather pants, with a bottle of champagne and a fucking a hat, like a fedora hat. So I see Pun, I'm like, yo, Pun, what the fuck you doing here? He's like, yo, twin, we made it. We on the news, twin. We on the news, twin. We made it. I'm like, what the fuck, Pun? So now, if you guys been locked up as much as me, you realize now that Pun come, it's brand new paperwork. I gotta spend the night in jail now. Now it ain't, you know, Fat Joe see the judge in 1 hour. This guy fucked up my whole shit. So, and at that, he's happy. He came in with a bottle of champagne. They put Pun in the cell with me. Shout out to Armageddon, my brother. I love you. They put me in the same cell, the cell that I could barely fit. Now, Pun is in here, and I'm sitting like Lisa. I'm sitting here like the Good Times poster. If y'all remember the TV show Good Times, where at the beginning they used to see people like this. So Pun is taking up the whole shit. Mind you, I'm fat Joe. I'm holding the shit like this, and we stuck in the same cell. So I'm like, Pun, why, bro? Why did you come in here, man? And he's like, yo, twin, we made the news. They know not to fuck with us now. We terror squad. We giving niggas the business. We don't give a fuck. I'm looking at him like, Jesus Christ. So I'm looking at him. Now, it was some real shit that he heard Joe Crack got locked up, and he gave himself up. He gave himself up to come through the system with me. That was real. That was real shit. And but I'm sitting there and I'm speaking to Pun. I say, yo, Pun, fuck the news. Pun, you guys, they was trying to throw him over the bridge. We're going to jail. The worst jail you've ever seen in your life. And Pun says, yo, twin, that's crazy. Yo, they got jails for celebrities. They got pools. They got tennis courts. I'm like, motherfucker, is you crazy? Do you know they're going to put us in the worst fucking jail ever existed, motherfucker? I start screaming at Pun. And this is where Pun was a genius through music, but in like normal life, he was crazy. He really thought that they had jails for celebrities where you go play tennis and go swimming and shit like that. And so I'm arguing with him till I give up, right? So I said, boom. So they take us to Central Booking. We walk in there, they going crazy. The whole jail's like, oh! Even crackheads, homeless. Yo! So they put us in a cell, right? And I'm going to tell you a whole story. This is 20-something years ago. So this is the only reason I'm going to tell you this story. Because this was over 20 years ago. So the cops, when I got locked up with Pun, the COs or whatever at 161, Central Booking, they put me and Pun in our own cell, and they left the gate open for us. So you know, if you've been to Central Booking, they close the gate. You with 20 dudes. It smells like shit. They give you bologna. They give you a black coffee with no sugar, no none, just black coffee. And that's congratulations. If you got a cheese sandwich, you might be lucky. If y'all ever went through Central Booking anywhere, that's what it is, right? So me and Pun got the cell. We got the door open. They put a phone there. So, you know, Pun loved to talk to his wife all the time. So he's calling up from the cell, from the thing, just talking to her, macking on the phone. And the whole jail, everybody's looking. More to the story is, I hope nobody can get in trouble. This is 20-something years ago, right? Jimmy from Jimmy Bronx Cafe walks in Central Booking with crates of lobster, steak, paella rice, football salads. The shit was Thanksgiving in the middle of Central Booking. Sodas, all type of shit. And then the cops were like, oh shit, Jimmy. At the time, Jimmy's Bronx Cafe was the biggest shit in America. Not just the Bronx or New York, in America. And so they all loved him, like, oh shit, Jimmy, yo. He came in with steaks, lobsters, paella. Yo, bro, we fed the whole Central Booking lobsters, steaks, shrimp scampies, sodas, like out of control shit. I'll go even further. I remember there's another key to this. So we finally see the judge in the morning, and when we turn around, Leo Cohen is there with his son, right? So Leo Cohen, he was the boss of Def Jam, and he wanted to do business with me. So he's out there. I turn around. He's like looking serious with a face like, Joe, I got you. And yeah, salute Jimmy. That's my brother for life. And I get up there. You know, we don't get no bell. This shit ain't really about that. But Leo showed up. Leo Cohen showed up, right? Said, I had you, Joe, whatever the bell. I said, yo, Leo, thank you so much. But we wind up settling that case. The guy sued us. And Loud Records paid the lawsuit. But, so the case was dropped. So, you know, that's one of my illest me and Pun stories ever. And nah, that's crazy. That's going in my book, guys, even though I let it out to y'all, but it's Pun's birthday, and y'all wanted one. I gave you a legendary one. Yo, Chubby Chub, where you at? Chubby Chub, I don't see you. Brooklyn Babe, what's good? Williams PR. And everything I say is facts, guys. So be clear. Everything I say is facts. Chubby, I sent a request. Adam Rodriguez. Happy birthday, Big Pun. Chubb. I sent the request, Chubb. Everything I say is real, Bobby. No doubt. Yo, Serge, what's good? You ain't never see guys eating steak and lobster up in the joint. Let me tell you something. It's not even, I've been scared for 20 years to tell that story about eating lobsters and steaks in Central Booking. 20 years, I never told. That's not a fucking Joker moment. That's a Joker moment. I never told that story in 20 years because I never wanted nobody to get in trouble because I know that shit was a violation of every code in Central Booking. Everybody, the crackheads, the homeless ate steaks and lobsters. Everybody, that shit was crazy. Yo, Chubby Chub, I've been hitting you up. Happy birthday, Big Pun, man. Can't believe I ain't see Tone Sunshine on here at all. Happy birthday, Big Pun. DJ Chubby Chub, I see you on here, but you know, we the biggest in the game. You ain't accepting damn, Chub. Damn, Chubb, I keep sending requests. Yo, Chubb, leave a comment. Yeah, you know, and you know, Pun's birthday, we celebrate him, you know, talk about the apple on the head. I did tell that story about, I did that earlier, JB, about when we was in the studio and Tone Sunshine threw the apple on the guy's head, and Punch shot a blank gun, and the guy dove under the fucking thing, and it was my favorite studio, and they would not, no matter what I paid, they would not let me record in that studio again. Battery Studio. That's actually bad. Legendary studio, man, in Manhattan. And yo, Chubb, I tried, man. You gotta, if y'all see Chubby Chub, DJ Chubby Chub on here, that's crazy, man. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to Pun, man, I'll tell you a crazy story. Funk Master Flex used to do these freestyle sessions, and every week, the biggest rappers in New York City would get up there and freestyle. They'll just say rhymes one after each other. Not a battle, but freestyle. And one night, Nori was up there with Cameron, up there with, I think, DMX. Shout out to Getty, the engineer, Smoke. What Getty said, the stove, literally 2 seconds. Oh, he stole, yo, you was there, Armageddon? Armageddon said, yo, the engineer smoked the stove in 2 seconds. Like, yo, but I would have been scared too, man. These big guys coming in and they put an apple in my head. I mean, you know, yo, Chubb. Damn, Chubb, I'm trying to see you. Where the fuck is Chubby Chubb, man? Damn, man. All right, then. We'll leave it at that. Listen, this is the biggest show in the game. Tonight, we represented my brother, the one and only son of Tony Montana, Big motherfucking Pun. Hopefully, you see the light. I gave you some legendary stories of Big Pun. If you don't know who he is, he's by far one of the greatest of all time. Lyrically, no one can stand with him. He was nice, an immense, huge figure. But his wordplay and his breath control was unmatched, unparalleled to anyone. Latinos never saw nobody like that before him. To this day, have not seen someone like that. Listen, Latinos had never seen any rapper like that before, Pun, and to this day, have never seen a better rapper than him. So it's my brother's birthday, and if I don't represent for him, nobody else will. And I don't like to throw Khaled's name in this, even though I tell him, because, you know, I'm in quarantine. Yo, Camilo, I requested you, Camilo. I'm in Khaled's. I'm saying,
Yo,
yo, Camilo, where you at, man?
I'm in my closet, bro.
Yo, Chubby Chub was supposed to do a big Pun set, but Chubby Chub, I can't find him. I've been all in the comments looking for DJ Chubby Chub.
Yo, let me get on the phone with him. Let me call him.
All right, call him. I mean, because I'm about to tune up. I mean, I've been on here for an hour and a half already.
Damn, man. Yo, if Chubby Chub don't make this live, bro, today's Pun's birthday, bro.
Yo, he's crazy. You know, everybody called me to DJ a big Pun set on this live, and I chose Chubby Chub single-handedly because I know how much he loved Pun, the essence. What do you have any stories of Big Pun or how he influenced you?
I had wow. There was one time we went up to Connecticut and I just tagged along for the ride. Now it was
But what was it like, you, Camilo, being the DJ Latino? Shout out to Craig G. And when Big Pun came out, how did that make you feel?
I felt like I was part of the crew, and not even knowing him that well, I felt like I was a part of the crew. Like, whoa, this is us. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, it's one of us Latinos out there in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, just going toe for toe. You know what I'm saying? It felt really good, man. It felt really good. And, you know, he took it somewhere else, man. He took it somewhere else where at that time, you know, there was a lot of Latin rappers going for this, but Pun was just special, bro. Pun was just, he was a special one. Like, you know, he came and, man, I remember this joint he did with Delinquent.
With who? I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Maybe I'll go back to Camilo. I couldn't hear him. Shout out to the Beat Nuts. They gave Pun his first biggest feature, which was on the books. Can you hear me or you can't? Hey, yo, JB said we drove all the way to North Carolina just to see Pun at the weight loss program. Yeah, you know, of course. Camilo's the man, bro. I wanted to get that in. Hold up. Chubby Chub said request the heavy hitter page. Yo, man, Chubby Chub got fucking issues, man. Chubby Chub got issues, man. What the fuck? This was the night. Yo, Camilo, you went off, right? Off the books.
Yeah, Chubby.
Shout out to the Beat Nuts, the Messengers of Funk, Curious George. There was a couple of guys rapping, but Pun took it to another level. Let's be clear with that. What's the Connecticut story you was gonna say?
So you remember Charlie Roughneck Soldiers and all of them, right?
Yes.
Crazy time. So A.L. and said, yo, we're going to Connecticut. Pun is performing. We're gonna open up for him. So what I do, I said, I'm with you. I'm there. So you know, we get there. We take the limo. We take a limo. You know, so it's me, Tony, RNS, all them crazy Brooklyn kids. You know what I'm saying? Take that limo ride up to I think it was Hartford, right? We get to the club. Club is packed. Then finally, Big Pun is in the back. Big Pun is eating one of these big KFC buckets.
Legendary. That's all he ate. Shout out to Swiss Beats in the
That's
building.
right. So he was eating one of those, and you know, I got
a bucket of KFC.
3 buckets. He had 3 buckets. He had 3 buckets lined up in the back. He's eating away. You know, it was just a great experience. I was just there for the ride and just the whole vibe, man. I got other stories. I got stories in the tunnel.
Tell me about that. Let me tell you about the tunnel. So
things got crazy in the tunnel.
You was there when he set it off?
In the back. I was in the back. I think it was, I don't know what the drama was. It was Lord Tariq, Peter Guns. You already know.
Man was calling, we family with Lord Tariq and Peter Guns even to this day, but that man was talking shit. Shout out to Percy. That man was talking shit about Pun and was calling them Germans. So some guys used to call Spanish niggas Germans.
Right.
And then so Pun was like, yo, my man, who you talking about? He was like, Pun did a skit about. So anyway, he called Pun a German, whatever. And Pun took the chain off and started whipping them down with the chain in the tunnel.
Oh yeah, I was there for all.
You was there for that, Camilo?
I was there for. I was backstage. I was watching everything, and then some fan. There was a big, huge fan, right? Something happened to the fan, so the fan fell, and it sounded like, yo, it sounded like gunshots. Everybody was like, whoa! It was nuts, man. It was crazy.
You know what's crazy is we did a song called After That. Like I said, we love Peter Guns and Lord Tariq. It was one of their mans. We did a song with them on their album After That called Cross Bronx Expressway. And in the song, Pun says, once the nigga called me a German, I had to bust him open. I did, and he's talking about
that night in the tunnel.
Why you have to say that on the record? It was their man. You know, those were fun times, man. You know, it's his birthday. We got to celebrate for him because if I don't celebrate, ain't nobody going to do it like me.
I got on the radio today at 5:30.
I heard you. Me and Khaled heard you. I was at Khaled's house. We turned it on. Rich Player hit me. We turned it on. We listened.
In my perfect world, I wish I could have done a whole hour. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's all love, bro. It's all love. You know, it is what it is, man. But the way I be doing, the way I told Khaled, I said, listen, man, as long as I'm alive, they're going to have to rep my brother because I'm watching.
Oh, facts.
And I'm watching. So when I'm looking at Instagram, social media, I see who's repping my brother, who's not. And trust me, they know I'm watching. So as long as I'm here, I'm going to preserve the legacy.
Facts.
What Chubby Chub told you? Because I don't even think I got battery no more.
Yeah,
what he said?
He said to hit the heavy hitters page. Request the heavy hitters page. I guess that happens with a count. I don't know.
All right, Camilo. I love you. Be good, baby. One love, baby. Heavy hitter page. Yo, these guys are crazy, man. These guys are crazy. But yeah, you got hold up. Let me see. This is a heavy hitters page. Yo, Chubb, what's up? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you now. Yo, Chubb, what the fuck? What's going on? I've been looking for you for an hour.
You know IG got me on some bullshit right now.
Yo, Chubb, you got to the heavy hitters stage? Like, that's what I call.
I gotta figure it out, right?
Yo, let's play a couple of Pun joints. Let's just go. DJ Chubby Chubb. My brother, a bunch of DJs called me to do a Pun set tonight. And I said, I can't trust nobody on this Pun set but my brother DJ Chubby Chubb.
But we more than music. We extravaganza.
We extravaganza. You the guy that still got the curls, man. You still got the curls up there. Poppy shot, boom, boy. We done did Africa, everything. But yo, Chop, let's go. Let's play some punch shit.
Let's get it. Let's play some joints.
It's the beatbox right there. My style.
Terror squad to the day I die.
Thug, I'm a die high. OD off the la la. Niggas keep telling me get off that weed choke. I'ma keep smoking on that top line. Nigga, fuck that. I'ma keep hitting that till my lucky laugh. Just wrong with that, you hypocrite, just a little bit. You know you down with it. It's all good in your hood having laughs. Puff weed to clear my cataract. Never thought I'd see the inside of an ambulance. But now there's really dead red cells run around inside my head.
You know the time is limited.
Warning. Warning.
Warning. Yo, wanna rumble with the pun, huh?
About business and enterprise and environment. I'm all about business and enterprise and I'm all about.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yo, so Joe,
Oh, this is the demo. This is the demo. You know what it is.
I don't wanna be the player no more. I'm not a player that's behind the shot. Still got what you're looking for. We'll be ripping right here, whatever.
It's the demo.
Yeah. Yo, so Joe, I'm gonna do your part, and my man's gonna be saying my part.
So listen now, we get this shit right for real, baby. Come on.
I don't wanna be a player no more.
I'm not a player, I just crush a line.
Yeah, behind the shot. Still got what you're looking for.
Nah, y'all not ready.
Fucking lie.
Oh, let's do a little different. It's the heavy hitter, Chevy Joe. My brother Joe Pratt. Happy birthday, Big Pun.
I'm not a player, I just fucking lie. Yo, I bang a stranger in my torture chamber. Feed the look, I torch our finger while I force my finger in my bolas linger. I bring the pain like method when I flex and flip the coochie. Puerto Rican to the core and nobody.
We running. I want to talk to you later about that, Joe. Why we didn't clear this version?
Puff fly, anyone test and pun must die. Give me one try. Now you know you done fucked up, right? Ha, you ain't got no wins in me, casa. Hit that five side. You ain't even in my class. I hate an actor that plays a rapper. I'm Terror Squad, Beta Kappa, everybody's favorite rapper. Grand Imperial, college material, insane criminal. The same nigga who known to blow out the brain mineral. Arrange subliminal besides the visual. Try to supply your physical with my spiritual side of this lyrical. I'll appear in your dreams like Freddy do, no kidding.
Get the worldwide. Shouts to my brother, Full Flex. Happy birthday, Scorpio season. Nah, this is gonna turn it upside down.
You can catch me in the Cherry Red 150. Got the Glizzy locked in the Slizzy. Poppin' Glizzy doing 60 down a wall. Wizzy drunk, busy. Trying to cruise through the avenue while my people's just popping bottles up in Sue's rendezvous. Nah, it's funny, you eat lost the hub camera.
Now this is crazy.
Heavy hitter.
I know y'all sick. I know. Happy birthday, Pun.
Catch me in the Cherry Red 150. Poppin' Glizzy doing 60 down a wall. Wizzy drunk, busy. Trying to cruise through the avenue while my people's just popping bottles up in Sue's rendezvous. Nah, it's funny, you eat lost the hub cameras back in the chat. Came back in a watch that. Paris, whoop, take a cabbage, then baby cabbage, every gallon. Birds, every radish, fresh out. Dealer, got to check for the squealers, well, fence for the killers. Nothing that's for the wheeler in the big apple. Where it's quick to get the shit back. Enemy spit at your best friends. Get that trust no one. Got beef, but yoga, you don't need no one. Talking about that you owe him. I'm a no. Scarface when I'm a no. What deep, I be so deep, though I'm low. It's hard work, baby.
Mayo on the second. Camilo on the second.
Be like, I'm staying alive, man. Yo, my squad is on it like Elijah Muhammad, but I'm God retarded. Ain't no righteousness in this hard of.
I know you love KRS, but we just doing Pun.
Enough clocks. Yo, my squad on the rock, spawn the Fort Knox, Lazarus, shark salad with carrots, pork chops and applesauce, twin connection. Disrespect and watch your body cave and pump the shotty gauge and hit the shorty waddy potty trainer. I ain't playing, I'm truly the worst. Be the first to get his whole body fully reversed. Uzi, you hurt, sleepy double dead. I'm a bubble head. I never listen to nothing my mother said. Yo, I'm niggas ransom for money like Johnny Handsome. The son of niggas alone, I think I got a grandson. My passion is money. A stash and a honey that won't ask no questions, but don't blast anybody. That's my kind of girl. Kind of world I wanna live in, not a cell or a prison or in hell. So I'm getting just a little ghetto. But my niggas control the middle. Wait! Yo, it's the dream shatterer, strictly for green team. Battle, ring, rattling microphone, freeze, clean, slide. No!
If you ever see me with the feds, betters in the top.
It's more than music with us, Trav.
Snitching,
It's more than music, the love is real.
It's the dream shatterer, strictly for green team. Battle, ring, rattling microphone, freeze, clean, slide. King of the throne, bringing that home 5 nights. Up in the source 5 mics, whipping the porch high price. Cause I'm the word magician, absurd. Verbal technician, spitting out words of wisdom in my preferred profession. Observe and listen, learn your lesson off my first impression. I'll get served with seconds like I word. Like a rack of soldiers acting like they cracking boulders with a pack of cap and arm attack of blowfish. Brothers are rapping like a rack of soldiers acting like they crack. Brothers are rapping like a it's a man's game. It's a shame how niggas truly mock me, but who can stop me from breaking niggas off like Kudiyaki? My crew's probably the only niggas that really live the lyrics. Niggas really fear us, they must have heard we really kill us. We're Philly fillers and 40 guzzlers with millimeters and army colors. Willie niggas and loyalty dollars. I'm Nostradamus predicting the future. My position is crucial with a non-fiction, obsession, addiction, and truth. Hey, yo, what battle rope dead? The Bronx Avengers, partners in these P-Line adventures. We on that crossroads. Dreams, I be stomping your sense to so be conscientious. If you march against us, I'ma call me head of the Bronx Avengers, partners in these P-Line adventures. We the Bronx Avengers, partners in these P-Line. Ooh.
It's different.
Hey yo, I shatter dreams like Jordan, the sort and batter your team. That's wanting to be bought from rap like Adam and Eve from the garden. I'm carving my initials on your forehead, so every night before bed you see the BP shut off the forehead. Reverse that, I curse at the first whack, nigga with the worst rap, cause he ain't worth jack. Hit him with 1,000 pounds of pressure per slap, make his whole body surf back. Watch the earth black, hand him the first between my nuts and my fat.
Yeah, my whole country never heard of verbal murder like this. Cash come before soul.
Yo, it's such a shame. All these dick riders trying to corrupt the game, but what it brings, nothing but pain and money and fucking rain. And nothing changed since the album. I'm still wildin', I'm still violent. I've been waiting for this moment like Phil Collins. For my life, I've been strife for the strife. Hyper than hype, fighting the fighting sights. Tonight is the night. No doubt, I'm from the X and I've seen it all. Shorties with dreams of playing ball for Seton Hall. Turn the fiends of full doubt. I'm from the X and I've seen it all. Shorties with dreams. No doubt, I'm from the X and I've seen it all.
Let that play,
dreams of playing ball for Seton Hall. Turn the fiends of four. For me to walk the sack horn, the same sad song is being sung. It's like give me a gun and I'm back on. Joey Crack, Ponty ass, Bronx regulators, some little niggas to death for trying to imitate us. Y'all can never see us BSTS, killer BS. Cause Pun got more guns and funds than none DS. PS, I'm from the BX, so I have to roll blast the full crack.
Nah, they don't know this one. They don't know this one.
Yo, what the deal, shot? You know me, keeping the hills cocked, still riding them down for my time. Yo, what the deal, shot? You know me, keeping the hills. What the deal, shot? You know me, yo, what the deal, shot?
Set they light.
My people's on the street, you know? Give me love.
Talk to me, talk to me.
Nah, play that shit right
Let's go.
there. Play that right there. Play that right there, Chuck.
You want me to stop? I stop. It's
No,
over.
play that shit right there.
What you want me to do?
Keep playing.
Play that. Yo.
Yo, Chuck.
Yo.
Play You Ain't a Killer one time. My favorite Big Pun song, You Ain't a Killer.
Yo.
Yo, play You Ain't a Killer one time.
You Ain't a Killer?
What the fuck was that? The clean version?
Yeah, I didn't want to play things that had, you know what I mean?
Big Pun don't give a fuck, bro.
I'm just saying I wanted to be courteous because I had some other shit that I wanted to play.
Nah, listen. Fuck it. We leave it at that. But I wanted to hear You Ain't a Killer, though.
All right.
That's my favorite. We'll end it with that. That's my favorite Big Pun record of all time.
Give me a second. Let me get to it.
All right. Yo, DJ Chubby Chub, my brother. You see him play. That's why I chose Chub. Chub was playing shit I never heard. I never heard Still Not a Player the demo version before Jodeci.
Crack, if you remember this, talk to me.
Yeah.
If you remember this, talk to me.
Money in here. Terror Squad.
Yeah.
And forever.
Happy birthday, man. I'm leaving with this. Porque yo soy boricua. Wait a minute. Porque yo soy boricua. Joe Crack.
Puerto Rico, yo nunca dejaré de amar.
See that? I'm like G-Rap, Pop, Master P, all balled up with a twist of Mark Anthony.
Hasta el corrillo. Guayama, Puerto Rico.
Wanna rock food off. Now they know I'm not the one that said he shoot off. Shoot off, you know if I got to respond from the X side of things, but judges on our rings. Everything I want, I get by. I mean, it's mine. I shine like money that sound like big. Around my town, fucking town, my city. Come around, get pound. Do the drown, no pity. Watch the sound, 4 pound. 20 round milli, get smacked silly. For coming out your mug, I'm known for bouncing dodge. From the tunnel to the salsa clubs. Don't matter, put the to your bladder. Splatter your abs. Have you in a plastic bag? Have to drag, now you abnormal. But let me grab the rumble.
Watch the play.
Put my stabs on you, the night is young, and I'm already fighting. Promoted buggers, you know. Who the fight is party?
Sé lo que son los encantos de mi botín en el costal. Eso la quiero yo tanto, por siempre la llama.
Preciosa.
I'm the Don Juan beside the dawn. Live long, get your party on. Don't let the liquor fool you, cause I'm sticking to you.
Yo, Chubb!
To the heart, or something big to move you. The desert on the side, whatever. You the body that chose to be the dumb at the party. Too much Bacardi started speaking tongue. Think you try to snuff Joe. Must have been Puerto Rico.
Yo, Chubby. Chubby. Want to let you know that I love you.
I love you, my brother.
I had about 10 DJs call me today. They knew I was going to go crazy for Pun. I said, I need Chubby Chub. And that's exactly why. You played shit nobody would ever play. You played, you missed one with Next, the Sex, Money, and Drugs. I thought that motherfucker was coming because
I was trying to get there, but I was trying to be more on the like
you
lyrical.
played Still Not a Player, the demo.
That is so hard is mean.
We love you, my brother. Thank you so much for being a part of this. You know I love you, my brother. Number
No, I love you.
The only guy who represents Terror Squad and G Unit to the fullest. Yo, Chubb, that's a book. That's a book right there. You can write a book with that one. I love you, my brother.
Extravaganza.
Extravaganza. Sheesh. Well, listen, guys, thank you for being a part of the celebration. Happy birthday to my brother Big Pun. I seen Tony there. If Tony, you still here, let me know if you still here. If not, yo, listen, man, we done rocked out for shit 2 hours. I love y'all. I seen all the Boricua flags. Now, when it comes straight up from me to the Boricuas, you know, I try to rep y'all to the fullest, the right way, sucker free. I had my own lane. I was already rising, and I met Pun, and I knew we needed that. And so I focused all my energy on my little brother, and it was only to make you guys feel proud. When I picked that single 100%, Steve Rifkin, the whole record label told me, yo, Joe, you bugging out. There is no Puerto Ricans in Memphis, Tennessee. There is no Puerto Ricans in New Orleans. And I still went and spent $500,000 on the video, and spent on radio and on the budget because I knew that 20 years later, that record would be still an anthem for the Boricuas. And to make it clear, Boricuas and Morenos, and when I say Boricuas, I mean all Latinos, made this art form called hip hop. And even though we had Crazy Legs with the breakdancing, even though we had the graffiti artists, the Tats crew, even though we had DJ Charlie Chase, we had a couple Tito, Ruby D, Whippy Whip. We didn't have nobody like Pun. And so that's why I put my heart and soul behind Pun like that, because I wanted you to feel proud and to have your guy. I hope I did a good job. Nobody's perfect, but I tried. I see you tomorrow night. I don't know who's going to be here. I'm sure it's going to be the biggest in the game, because we had the biggest in the game every night. If not, we're going to talk about some real shit. Y'all already know what it is. Peace, y'all. Legendary Big Pun.